What is going on, No Horsing Around family? Zach Boyd, Stephen Burton. This is your instant reaction as the Indianapolis Colts got absolutely obliterated tonight, Stephen. We talked just a little bit before we hopped on here. I think this is kind of the straw that broke the camel's back tonight. This has been brewing for several weeks. We've had a lot of change, a lot of different things happening, and all of our bad play, all of our warts kind of came to a head tonight. And this is a result of it. This is a result of what's happened. And when you got an NFL quarterback who has realized probably at this point, like we have all realized, that his arm velocity's gone. He's not able to make those throws. He's gun shy. He can't hold up in the pocket. He's just in a really, really bad spot. You hate to see it for him, but I think the end for Matt Ryan is here, man. I mean, I can't see it any other way outside of this season, him playing any more football in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, you were literally watching, and I feel bad. Me and you were saying, like, I feel bad. Like, I
Yeah.
like Matt Ryan. I think he's a great guy. I think he's played great football for the time he's been here or been in the NFL. But you are watching him retire. Like, I think and tonight was kind of like you said. Tonight was the explanation point, right? Like, he looked, the ball wasn't coming out. A lot of the interceptions. And those aren't interceptions with just an average quarterback with a decent arm. They're just not getting where it needs to go. And I don't know about you, man, but like I'm watching these primetime games. I'm watching, and like everybody knows it too. Everybody knows the passing game is bad. We've heard Collinsworth say it. We've heard Tirico say it. We've heard Aikman say it and Buck say it. Like they all know. And yeah, I mean, the interesting question I would have coming out of this is, the straw that breaks the camel's back. I don't know. There's no one else that Irsay could fire outside of Ballard, which, FYI, did everybody see Ballard put his coat on? I'm pretty sure he left. I'm pretty sure he left.
Yeah, it's looks like a guy who knows it's writing's on the wall for him as well. But I say, you need to start with a brand new general manager, brand new head coach, brand new quarterback, and just run it back. I don't think you need to rebuild. I think you need to more so retool, when it comes to, because you've got some talent. You've already got some things in place. You really don't need to do anything to blow that up. You just need to get better in areas that matter in the NFL. And that's explosive playmakers on both sides of the football. And you got to be able to block. You're going to have to go in there and have an identity. And you're going to play football the way it's intended to be played when you have a running back like Jonathan Taylor, who just really hasn't had a chance to kind of get going this year. Really didn't like what I saw from Rodney McLeod today. I mean, he's been awesome this year. I thought he's been such a solid guy. Wasn't his best night. A lot of loose coverage. But just really, all in all, Stephen, it really all boils down to you don't have a quarterback that you can win with at this point. And you hate to see it for Matt Ryan, but I think it's over. I think you're going to have to be looking for, whoever your favorite, coach would be to come in here. Love Jeff Saturday. I mean, I just do. But I don't know that Jeff Saturday is going to be the future head coach of this football team. We'll have plenty of time to debate that. Just some thoughts before we hop off here from you, Stephen. Just some overall feelings as we're reacting to this game and kind of one eye pointing forward.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I'm kind of sitting here thinking as we're talking, like we're really calm because I think we're kind of numb to it.
Yeah.
There's no point in yelling and screaming and being demonstrative about a game that I think we all thought we were going to lose anyway.
Yeah.
But kind of looking at it, I agree with you. Like I was telling you beforehand, I'm not saying, when I say what I'm getting ready to say, I want to press it. I'm not saying it's a quarterback away from like a Super Bowl contending team, right? Like I'm not saying that. But there is talent. Like I think, Pierce looks good. When he's able. Pittman has looked good. I think you definitely have something in Granson, and I think you definitely have something in Woods.
Yeah.
There's Taylor, right? Like I think Ryman has come along nicely. We didn't see Parsons really wrecking the game the way we thought. I think the defense. I'm really intrigued. I'll tell you this. Looking forward, and if you're looking at the thumbnail, you see a couple of coaches that me and Zach really like. I want to know what's going to happen with the defense because I would love to bring the defense back, like as whole as you can, because I think the defense is wasted this year. But if you were to go with one of these guys that me and you have got on the thumbnail, I would be interested. What does that look like going into next year? There's a ton of stuff that's up in the air now, and I would tell everybody, all the no horsing around family, right? Just at this point, there's no expectation, so just try to enjoy watching some of the young guys maybe develop
Yeah, I mean,
and see what happens.
if you want some silver lining, I mean, we went from position of 14th in the draft to 9th tonight. You know,
Amazing.
anybody who's ever listened to me, I am not Team Tank. I don't like it. It doesn't feel good. It just doesn't feel like what a fan should be doing. But at the end of the day, I think for all intents and purposes, we pretty much are out of the playoff race. I mean, mathematically, I don't know that we've been eliminated yet, but that's to come in the next couple of weeks, I'm sure. You want the highest position because the higher the position you get in the draft, the less likely you have to even trade and get rid of future assets. I mean, if you were able to slide up to that 4, 5, 6 slot, depending on how that board fell, if you got teams like the Jags up there, you got teams like, I don't know, the Broncos, you got teams up there, the Seahawks. Obviously, when they went with that trade with the Broncos, they're actually going to take their place. The Bears, those teams are not going to be selecting quarterbacks, so that gives you the room to be sitting there. Probably as we scout this, we're probably going to end up with 4 or 5 guys that we think are first round, quality quarterbacks. Bryce Young's the prize, in my opinion. I mean, we'll get really, really into that. That's not what this one's about, but Bryce Young's the prize, and we're not getting him. It's going to be the Texans going to get him. But outside of that, there's a real opportunity to get an upgrade at that position. Young, mobile, good arm, a lot to like when it comes down to that. But Steven, I guess, really not a whole lot to say other than Indianapolis Colts get beat handily. Sunday Night Football was not what we thought it would be looking into the season. But that being said, guys, we're still here with you. We want to interact. We want to get the conversation. If you want to have one eye pointing forward, we're going to have a little bit of that. We're going to talk about head coaches. We're going to talk about, quarterback position, just draft in general, possibly some general manager candidates if we can come up with a nice little short list. We'll keep it fun. We'll keep it interactive. But we want to hear you light us up in this comment section. Let us know what you think, your thoughts. Probably time to wave that white flag, Steven. And I'll say it this time. I love you. Steven loves you. Keep on coming back. Keep on interacting with us. Join the family. And until next time, guys, we are out.